things been going left for a good while. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely know it's going to go. No, things have going right for a good while. And then now things, that every day, like we just talked about earlier, there was a Instagram, Facebook, and some other couple things I saw had outages. You know what I'm saying? Please don't think this is coincidence.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Um, and this ain't fear mongering. This is just facts. You know what I'm saying that we're dealing with. And as we all know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with preparation. You know what I'm saying? There we go. There we go. There's absolutely nothing wrong with preparation, and that's all we're talking about. We ain't talking about the end of the world, all that good stuff. No, 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 no. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute, what's going on with my phone? Hold on a second. What's going on? Top part? Oh, okay. 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 There we go. Okay. You got yours? Yeah, but
Oh
just
yeah.
like I was saying,
Can you hear me?
yeah, you can turn your I guess that's your
Volume
phone
down.
down, right? Yeah, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. You turn your phone down. That's the echo.
How's
Let me
that?
see. Much better, much better.
Much better.
It's
Cool.
lower. Yeah, yes, sir. Much better. Yeah, so like I said, this ain't fear mongering. This ain't nothing like that. This is just preparation. And I'm gonna go ahead and kind of start the intro here. If you haven't already and you're new here, please follow Polka Dot Rabbit Podcast, like and share this because again, this is going to be some very valuable information. Polka Dot Rabbit Podcast. We are here to uplift humanity overall because I say, we all have to live on this planet together. You know what I'm saying? In a perfect world, you know what I'm saying, we'd all realize that we're all, all is all, you know what I'm saying, and we're all a part of all. In a perfect world, we got to realize that we could get along and make this place a better place collectively as humanity. But in this type of situation, when you talk, this is for all of humanity. You know what I'm saying? If you breathe and you live on this planet, you need to hear this information. So that's what we're here for. And we've been consistently putting out this information for a couple weeks straight. The next one can make a month, and we're going to keep on doing it. I brought Dr. Hernandez here because he's the type of brother that has a ton of resources, and I'll tell people all the time, if I can't get it from him, he can find a way. He can find it, and we're gonna work it out that way. So I'm keeping this all in the family, so one stop shop. So Doc, you want to go ahead, say anything? Introduce yourself.
Oh, peace, family. I appreciate that, and honest to you, brother. I appreciate that intro. Yeah, I'm just here to serve the people. I'm a naturopathic doctor, a licensed financial professional. I have several. I have a lot of interests, so I'm sort of what they used to call a Renaissance man, if you will. Uh, Heavy into the martial arts, qigong. Um, And so, by the way, I know this is not necessarily public information, but I just became an Enter the Gate disciple with my Sifu. So
Okay,
I'm
okay,
very
okay.
happy about that. That's like not too many people get to do that in life.
Hey man, share it, brother.
Yeah, so
Share it.
I just hit that plateau the other day. I was invited by my Sifu to be an Enter the Gate um, disciple. So I'm very excited. But yeah, today, yeah, we're just gonna talk about more preparation things, how to get prepared, how to stay prepared. And today we're dealing with water. We've already dealt with what did we cover so far?
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's what I'm about to say. Y'all need to go back to the other episodes, because um, in one of the episodes that on IG, that it was muted out, but on YouTube, it's the full thing. But we talked about growing your own food, and we talked about alternate energy. You know what I'm saying? So alternative energy. We were talking specifically solar, but we're going to go to the other different types of energy later on. But last week, so we got 2 good weeks of good information, and I'm about to put up the information here because on Doc has a lot of this information on his website. So all you gotta do is really kind of reach out to him if you have questions, and I'm putting that up there. So yeah, what we got? What we got talking about the
Yes. So we what I'm gonna do for the next time we talk about growing food, I'll probably
mhm,
bring my wife on
okay.
because she's an absolute expert in the field.
Mhm.
Uh, she's been farming for years.
Yeah.
What we talked about specifically was more indoor
Mhm.
aeroponic gardening,
Mhm.
vertical gardening, how to do it simply. You can do it outdoor or indoor, but if something was to happen, we were just kind of covering how you can get that done easily
Yeah.
at a low cost, um, and all of those things. And you know, excuse me, when you do aeroponic gardening, you use a fraction of the water
Mm.
going into our topic today. So it's like it's very good on water. It's extremely good on like energy. The energy that you use for it is minimal. That being said, you want me to go ahead and just then start, or you got a few
Yeah,
questions
yeah,
first?
yeah. Well, I mean, my thing is like this,
Mhm.
and I put a reel up today, and I was asking people if you how I was asking if they could if they are prepared, asking if the grid went down, where would you get your food from? If the grid went down, where would you get your water from? If the grid went down, what else was it? How would you get your money at the bank? You know what I'm saying? All these different things. So right now we're gonna focus on water because the grid goes down, nothing's running the house, right?
That's right.
Water as well, correct? Because the pumps ain't
But
pushing.
the water will still run,
Okay,
but
the water run. Okay,
they can turn it off.
okay. Oh
So
yeah, yeah, it's same thing. yeah,
it can easily be shut off,
yeah,
brother.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So worst case scenario. You know what I'm saying? Um, you don't grid hits no, you don't grid hits the grid shuts down. Ain't no electricity. Ain't no whatever the case be. Now water. What are your options? I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick.
yep.
In which I learned this weekend. I went to what was it Sam's Club, and they had one of them 4 gallon things of water for only $5.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So man,
Stock up on
you
those containers. We can
exactly.
start there. I
Yeah.
mean, when I go in, I won't go in any particular order, but when I go to the spring, I go to a
Uh huh.
local spring.
Uh huh.
Now, being, full transparency, occasionally I'll pick up a few gallons of, spring artesian water at the store,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But in general, I go and pick up 50 to 60 gallons of water at a time at the spring.
Mhm.
So that's the first thing, and that's kind of the first thing I wanted to, you know, talk to everyone about
Yeah. Yeah.
was
Please.
really because, like, in a survival situation, you want to think finding, conserving, and preserving your water.
Mm.
So finding, conserving, preserving, right? Because
Mhm.
it's paramount for your survival. It's very important. So I wanted to touch on a few ways to do that and how that can be done. But
Mhm.
first thing, definitely, first thing I'll say is locate. You can go to a website, and I've been running all day, so I did not get to pull up the website. But if you Google it, it will come right up. And basically, it's like type in springs near me,
Okay.
water
Me too.
spring,
I'm gonna do
fresh
that now
water
while you talking
springs
about
near
that.
me.
You said
And
fresh
when you
water springs
Google
near me.
that, you will see a few options. Let me test something real quick. I want to make sure I found my other headphones.
Okay.
Let me
I
know if
think I
that
could hear
works.
you on what's it face.
How does that work? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep, I can hear you.
Oh,
Good.
beautiful. I've been looking for these for a while. Glad I found. All right, good. I just found it. All right, so let me get back on task. So
Yeah,
basically,
you were saying mhm.
yeah. So
Freshwater springs near me.
near me exactly, and
Okay, I see it.
there's websites that actually have maps of your local springs. Some of them may be an hour or 2 hours away from you, but I I can't stress enough how important it is to still go do that. Don't be afraid to take that trip. Um, if you're in my area, if you're in the Georgia area, the main spring that I used to visit It's called Indian Springs. So I'll throw that one out there. That's a freebie, y'all. If you're in Georgia, Indian Springs is healing water. There's been wars fought over this water, y'all.
Hmm.
So don't, it, it's an ancient source. It was protected by the indigenous people here in Georgia, but they lost that war against the European when they came in and took that from them. If you go to Indian Springs, they used to have that information right at where the spring is springing.
It's near Macon or
Going,
Columbus?
going, no, going towards Griffin.
Griffin. So
So
south, right?
75 south.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm looking forward on that.
So it's about 45 minutes to an hour from the city.
Okay.
Okay. So it's not too far of a
It's like
ride.
going to Alpharetta.
Basically. Yep. And what's funny? Alpharetta used to be, right there next to Alpharetta, Roswell.
Mhm.
When I first moved to Georgia, Roswell was still technically Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah. Yeah.
so that's interesting, but that's a different story. But yeah, so definitely collect those bottles. You can go to any of your local stores. I've bought several at Walmart personally, because I have several 5 gallons. I think I have like 6 or 7 5 gallons, but then I have several 6 and 7 gallon containers. So those look a little bit different. They're either going to be square, like big squares with handles and spouts, or it's going to be like that thing you see on the back of Jeeps that they use for
Yeah.
gasoline, but they
Mhm.
got them for water, and those are 6 gallons. So those are a little bit bigger, holds a little more water.
Mhm.
Um, I suggest, while they're still selling these things,
Mhm.
rack up, stack up. But this is what you want to do. So locate natural sources. So search for nearby water sources such as rivers, streams, lakes, or ponds. So I'll say that again: rivers, streams, lakes, or ponds. Now, you also want to follow animal tracks or listen for sounds of running water. So that's if you're out in the woods, in the bush, and you're needing to find water. You're going to look on the ground, see if you see some deer tracks, some rabbit tracks, and follow them, because they're going to food, they're going to water. Okay. And
Mhm.
keep your ear out, not only for running water, but also for frogs. Okay.
Okay.
That's another indication. So that's something that you want to do. Now, if you go to my website, um, basically, if you scroll down on the first page, you'll see a section on that page, and it's basically going to tell you. Let me make sure I have the right information. So it's the section called Sustainable Living. Okay, and
Okay.
in that section, just hit the little button to scroll over, and
Let me see.
You're going to see something called a one-piece portable water purifier.
Okay. I'm
One-piece portable water
see if I can pull it up real quick.
purifier. Yep.
All right. You said okay. I'm gonna go through here. Hold on a second. You
No
said
worries.
okay. I'm going to the website. Mm, you said go to. You said where do you go to?
So if you scroll down, it's going to say
Uh
sustainable living. You're going to see different
huh.
supplements, men's health, women's
Okay. I
health.
see it. I see it.
Yep. And
Mhm.
then the little arrow on the right is going to help you
Mhm.
scroll.
I see
Scroll
that.
until you see the one piece portable water purifier.
I see it.
Okay.
All right. Let
So
me
that,
let me let me share this one real quick. Hold on
okay.
a
I'll
second.
wait till
Share
you
the
pull it up.
screen.
Sure. No worries.
Percent.
Yep. That's it.
All right.
So this is an extremely valuable piece of technology, family. Um, you should have at least one of these in your survival kit, in your knapsack. What do they call it? A black bag?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Get out your get out bag. What they call it? The
I
yeah. I
think
got you.
bug out. Yeah, I heard
Bug
bug
out
out
bag.
bag.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Get out.
So this particular device, it has, literally bells and whistles on it, compasses and all kind of stuff for survival. But the main purpose of this particular device is to clean water. So, like I said, in that first thing you want to do outside of locating your springs is to locate water sources such as rivers, streams, lakes, and ponds. Okay, that includes creeks as well.
Mhm.
But this machine, if you're thirsty, you can literally stick it in a pond, in a lake, in a river, in a stream, and you don't have to worry about what microbes might be in it. If
Mhm.
you don't have to worry about getting sick. You can drink
Hey.
that water. It's going to be clean. This you don't have to worry. Okay, so the military uses these devices. So people in military are familiar with this. If they're going out, well, they all do go out to what do they call that when they go to the field,
Mhm.
and they got to camp and they got to do some survival training and so forth and so on. This is one of the tools that they often will have with them or have access to, because again, this cleans the water. So you have to have one of these. Um, Very important. So the next thing you want to do, and you can do this at your house. And actually, I'm getting ready to purchase a container to do this, but collect rainwater.
Mm.
Okay. So you can utilize any containers or makeshift receptacles to catch rainwater, place them strategically during rainfall to maximize collection. So you can kind of see where things are cascading, or if there's like off your roof, possibly. Um, you can even connect your gutters to. You ever seen those large, like when somebody is doing what is it called, the pressure washing, and they have like a big
Yeah.
tub of
The
water
big
on the back of the
water.
truck.
Yeah. Mhm.
You can take that same tub of water, connect it to that gutter system, and collect the water, the rainwater as it
What?
comes in.
Where you get that? Where would you get that actual piece? Where would you get the first the container and the piece? Where can you
I,
get those
I
at?
I would go straight to like Facebook Marketplace.
Gotcha.
I would try to get one that's used, but if it's used, you got to make sure that it was only used for water.
Gotcha.
So that's a
Not
caveat.
not toxic waste, right?
Exactly, because they put all kinds of stuff in those things. But
Yeah.
if not, just go to Amazon, uh, look for large containers. You can also use a barrel. Barrels work fine. Um, you can also get a clean new trash can, 30-gallon trash
Gotcha.
can from the store.
Gotcha. Same
And
thing.
and again, we have this technology that you have up on the screen, so it really doesn't matter. So if you need it for
How
drinking,
many
mhm.
gallons is the big one you're talking about? The one. How many gallons is that? Like the big one?
Whoa, man, it's probably the big one is probably a few hundred. I don't know the exact.
Okay. Okay. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know the exact
My
one.
next door neighbor actually. I got some Asian people next door to me, and
And
the
they're using it.
same setup that you talking about. They have that joint set up.
Oh
They
yeah,
not only do they have it set up to the house, but they have it set up to the garage in the back. So they got two of them. You know
yeah,
what I'm
and
saying?
you should. I mean, your gutters have
Somebody said Walmart or
several.
Sam's.
Yeah, your gutters have several exits, right?
Hmm.
So literally, you could put one at every exit of your gutter.
Yeah, I got you.
If
Yeah.
you wanted to go that far, but
Hmm.
it's whatever you're able to do is going to be plenty. Even if you stick a bucket outside when it rains,
Yeah. Yep.
that's better than nothing.
It's better than
So
nothing. Yep.
you don't have
Because
to
you
be.
we just have to think about just realist like going back to realistic real time situations. If like Doc said earlier, if it's shut off or something happens once the pumps ain't pumping, and you literally don't have any running water. Now, some of us that have been abroad, you know, what I'm saying, and lived in certain situations, they've seen how it is when you don't have running water. You know, what I'm saying, of
Mhm.
course, it's people don't have running water a lot of places, but a lot of people here aren't accustomed to that.
That's right.
So yeah, so you got to be kind of you have to think about that scenario. What would you do if you didn't have running water or
Yes.
you didn't have any backup or anything? What would you
Yeah.
do?
No, that's and let me tell you a quick tip on that. And hopefully you guys I would suggest to even take notes. You can definitely watch the video again, but I'm
Hmm.
definitely going to share some pertinent information.
Mm-hmm.
And possibly you've heard this before, maybe not. But if something goes down, first thing first, plug up your sinks and your tubs
Mm-hmm.
and run that water
Run that water.
and fill it up. Now, you do want to start, after it's filled, start thinking about how you're going to pull all of that water out.
Mm-hmm.
Because unless it's a tub that has a really good tight
Yeah, it's gonna
plug,
happen. Mm-hmm.
yeah, little by little, it's gonna go
Yeah.
away. So once
Mm-hmm.
you get it full, your next job is to get it out of there. Now, it is
Mm-hmm.
a again though, if your tub is perfect condition and you plug it and it just stays there for
Yeah,
days,
you good.
then you're good to go. But if you're like me, if you're missing a few sink plugs here and there, or have one that's kind of makeshift,
Mm-hmm.
make it work, and
Mm-hmm.
then run as much water as you can before
Mm-hmm.
everything shuts off.
Mm-hmm.
Fill up as many gallon bottles, as many empty bottles as you have,
Mm-hmm.
and start storing it. Because
Yeah.
remember what we said in the beginning, we gotta work on the preservation, right? The
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
conservation and the
Mm-hmm.
location,
Yeah.
right? So the next thing we want to do, so this is kind of for those who might be a little handy, might have a little technical skill.
Mm-hmm.
So you can construct something called a solar still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So to build,
Is that on here or just that?
I don't have one yet on my
Okay.
site for sale, but I'm gonna kind of explain how you can
All right.
build that.
I'm
Okay.
just
So
asking so we can change the thing. So
eventually I will have that, but I just have not acquired them yet to start selling them. What we're doing right now is actually we've kind of changed our business model. So we used to just deal mostly with supplements. We were making herbal formulas for people and different things like that, which we still do. But we're kind of moving because we also farm and we're into sustainable living. We want
mm-hmm.
to we want to basically enhance our brand by adding those things that we do on a daily
On the
basis
basis, yeah.
so that we can share that with people. We end up finding that a lot of people not only ask about the health stuff, but they're also like, how do you guys do that? How are you farming? Like how do you
Mm-hmm.
plant this? What's the process?
Mm-hmm.
So we started putting all of those tools one by one, little by little on the site. So we're adding on every day. And I still have some editing to do on the site because we have a bunch of new products that I haven't even touched yet. But if you're going to construct a solar still, basically you're going to build a solar still to extract moisture from the ground. So what you do is you dig a hole, right? You place a container in the center of the hole, a
Mm-hmm.
bowl, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
cover it with a plastic sheet and secure the edges with rocks or something heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Condensation will start to form on the
Mm.
underside of the plastic,
Mm.
and it'll start dripping into the container. So this is like that. That's a nugget right there.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um,
Free water.
free water. So this is how people have been doing it for thousands of years,
Mm-hmm.
and this is something that typically only survivalists have access to. But there's no real strong technical skills needed. As long as you can dig a hole, find a bowl and a piece of plastic, and
Mm-hmm.
something to hold the plastic down,
Mm-hmm.
you're in business. You're going to start creating water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is like when it's really dire. This you can't
Yeah,
find a
yeah, yeah,
pond, you
yeah.
can't find a
Mm-hmm.
river, you can't find a
Mm-hmm.
stream. This is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, next thing on the list is dew collection.
Okay.
Okay, so early in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
that dew. So early in the
Mm-hmm.
morning, you're gonna wipe dew off leaves and vegetation with a cloth
Mm-hmm.
or absorbent material,
Mm-hmm.
then wring it out in a container.
Mm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I know that's like, some people might feel like they're above that. And hey, I'm not judging, but
Well, I mean,
I'll
they
be a
could be
dew
above
drinking
that, but
guy.
they're gonna be under the ground if they don't drink it. So.
That's right. Look, this gives new meaning to Mountain Dew. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
I don't drink sodas, but I would drink that Mountain Dew. You know what I mean?
Mountain Dew, not the green,
Not the
not the
not
green
the yellow,
radiator juice.
not
Yeah,
the yellow
the
five.
radiator juice, but
Little
real Mountain Dew. Woo,
that's
that sounds refreshing right now.
it really does. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if people got questions. I'll just look. I'll just make sure. But if they do,
I'll let you know.
you can stop me at any time.
Yeah, yeah. If
Um,
y'all got questions, go ahead. I saw somebody earlier. They were talking about the Pamela was talking about they said at Walmart or Sam's they have some of those big containers.
oh,
She put that in there. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what she
those would be great
said.
places.
Let's see what else. Yeah, so Walmart and Sam's. So that'd be a good place to check out to get
Definitely,
those containers. Yeah.
definitely. So the next thing you would do or consider in these types of situation is to filter and boil.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you got some water that's a little murky, right?
Mhm.
Maybe you collected some water outside or something. So you can use cloth, right? Like a face towel, a
Mhm.
rag, cheesecloth, coffee filters,
Mm.
or even a piece of clothing, t-shirt,
Yeah, that makes
shorts,
sense.
whatever. And what this will do is filter out the debris from the murky water. And then what you're going to do after that is boil it. Okay. And you have to boil it for at least 1 minute. Okay. This will kill any and all pathogens that could be
Mm.
in that water. Then you got technically clean water to drink, or at
Yeah.
least water that's not going to hurt you.
Yeah,
And
that's not that's still not going to grow little miniature Godzillas in your stomach. You
that's
know what
right.
I'm saying? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of being silly, but yeah, you drink some stuff with some microbes. Somebody said no sound. Who can't you hear out there?
Is it me or is it?
Yeah, who can't you hear? Because I can hear him. So who is not? Let me see if I. Yeah, I should be on.
Let me make sure my stuff. Oh, that's my sister Late too.
Oh,
That's my sis.
she said, Doc. She said she can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Let me see. Check, check, check. Let me know. Let
I
me
think
see.
I can hear you.
Okay, and I got my volume all the way up. I'm plugged in. Uh,
I don't know. Nobody else said anything. I'm not sure
Nobody else said
what.
anything.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Something.
she can hear now.
Yeah. 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 She said she
Okay,
good.
beautiful, beautiful. Okay,
Yeah. 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 I think maybe you cut out a little bit because I heard other people in there. They didn't say nothing. So maybe
I might have.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah. It's all
Uh,
good. Thank you,
yeah.
sis.
So one of the next things we could touch on is similar to do and digging that hole would be condensation.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can create our own condensation by covering a container with a clear plastic sheet, similar to before, ensuring a tight seal around the opening, and then you place it in direct sunlight.
Mm.
Water vapor will start to collect on the underside, just like when you dig the hole, and start dripping into the container.
Okay.
So it's literally that simple. This is kind of like have you seen those machines or heard of those machines where they do it's like reverse humidifier
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it,
Yeah. Yeah.
it
Yeah. Yeah.
pulls the water out of the air
Atmosphere out of the air. Yeah. There was a brother that had a whole machine, man, and they sabotaged that joint. He was just giving people free water, man. Like.
out in Flint. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not the first one. That's like that technology has been around for a while. I don't
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it hasn't been fully, I don't
Yeah.
know,
It's
adapted
that.
or
So
adopted.
it's the same thing we talked about Tesla like last week with
Yeah,
that
no,
energy.
good
You
point.
know what I'm saying?
I mean, it makes nothing but sense. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and
yeah.
and you know what? 20 years ago, I wanted to buy one. They were a little expensive, and they used to have them to where you could get them for your house. Like you
Mm.
set it up like a little, you get the crystal water
Yeah, yeah,
bottles,
yeah, 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 yeah.
but they got it with no bottle. It's just the machine. You
Yeah, just
put your cup there and hit the button.
press a button.
Yeah, it just
Yeah,
pulls it right out to air. The only issue is like if you live in a desert area or something like that,
where it's dry. Yeah,
it's dry. But
yeah.
other than that, it actually does a great job.
Mm.
But yeah, So, any questions? I got like three more of these, and then we can get into some of the other reasons to do this.
Yeah. Any questions? Just put them in the chat. We got you.
Okay, so you can also, um, speaking of desert areas, you can also utilize cacti
Oh yeah.
or cactus and other succulents. Okay, so that includes aloe. Um, and there's, I don't know if you ever, if you don't know what succulents are, they're kind of like those. A lot of times they're going to be smaller plants, and they're kind of like
Mm-hmm.
thick looking.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like in style for the last few years. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
you see little miniature, different types of cactuses and little fat plants that kind of juicy and thick. They don't really have the normal leaves that we see. So those are known as succulents, right? So if you're in a desert environment, cacti and succulents can serve as a source of water. Just cut open the plant, and consume the liquid inside. It's literally that simple. Of
Hey
course, you want.
Jeremy, man, Jeremy, that's a different Jeremy, musician here in Atlanta. He said he want to learn about more Anunnaki. That's a different conversation.
Yeah,
We talking about survival. We talking about
we
survival right now, but we got you. We got
we
you.
could
Me and
we
Doc,
could
we got you.
yeah.
We talk about the emerald tablets and it's funny. Like me and Doc, we both, man, if you hear some of my conversation, like we've been reading this information for a while, you know what I'm saying? Now it's
Mhm.
like the Anunnaki is like a big topic and all this stuff. We're like,
Yeah,
um, what are we on? We're talking about, well, Jeremy, I'm talking about specifically. We are doing a series of um, conversations about survival techniques. And the last two conversations we had, one was about growing food at your home. Then the second one was about alternative energies. Tonight we talk about water, water. You know what I'm saying?
that's right.
Ways to conserve water. I mean, Doc, if you go back and watch it, he breaks it all down. But we started by but just got that goddamn hoarding the water. Buy as much as you can. He said go to springs, but go back and watch it. But listen to what he's got going on. Yeah,
Yep. But yeah, I mean, I love those topics too. you
yeah, I
know,
know, right? I think we can both. I think we can both piggyback. We can
go
both bounce off that
ahead on
topic.
us. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think I bought my first emerald tablet when I was about 18. But yeah, so yeah, cacti and succulents. The next thing is respiration bags.
Mm,
So what a respiration bag is, you basically just tie a plastic bag, uh, like around green foliage or even grass. Okay, ensuring a tight seal again,
mm,
and the process of respiration will cause moisture to accumulate inside the bag. So basically, the plants have to breathe, and as they're breathing, it's like if you were going to breathe in a plastic cup and you create that
mm.
fog,
Yeah.
the plant's going to do that same thing. And that oxygen that it's releasing and the hydrogen is going to it's going to create water.
Yeah, it's gonna create water. Yep.
Okay, so this again, these are very simple to do. Now, of course, this one and like digging the hole, you're not going to get gallons and gallons of water,
Mm-hmm.
especially not at all at once. So this is a slower process than some of the other, 8 other ways that we discussed how to get water. But in a very serious situation, you'll be able to accumulate water and still survive. And
It,
that's
it
really most important.
Here he's asking. He said, "Why is it? I didn't know it was illegal to harvest rainwater. Is it?
Oh no, definitely
Okay,
not.
all right. Okay.
You know what? There may be certain municipalities where that is the case.
Certain areas, yeah.
It could be. However, you know, that kind of legislation is legislation that needs to be uh, fixed. That's the easiest
Mm-hmm.
way for me to put that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the brother Jeremy, I don't know if you're interested in such, but if in your area, if harvesting rainwater is illegal, you can literally write legislation and go fix that. You can go change
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
But under certain rules, like if you have a garden or a farm that's like registered, you definitely don't have no issues collecting
Mm-hmm.
rainwater. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
at least here in Georgia, I would be reluctant to speak on every municipality across the
Mm-hmm.
country, but I'm pretty sure that collecting rainwater is not an issue
Mm-hmm.
across the country. There may be some issues, but oh, my Instagram went out. Sorry about that.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
it
hold on.
died or just
Yeah, it died on me.
okay. Yeah, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's
Tell the people I apologize.
yeah, yeah. Doc coming back. He's
It's just
Doc is
charging up.
coming back. He's he's charging. Also, let me go ahead and do this real quick. Hold on, y'all. So y'all can hop over to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because if he has some more presentations anyway, you can see the full effect over there. So let me put that in the link real quick now. Hold on one second.
Yeah,
Bear
is there
with
a
me.
way, like in the future, where I can actually show some of these pictures and things or
We
presentations?
have to find a way as far as IG goes. I'm not really sure
Okay.
how that because that it's kind of limited. It's kind of limited when it comes in. I'm putting it in here for all y'all. Uh, just click on that link and it'll bring
Oh,
you over to until he gets back. It'll bring you over to
that was the quickest it ever came back.
it's already on.
Man, that was fast. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
it probably then all the way down all the way out. So, but you sending me a request? You want me to send it to you?
I'm back on here now. Let me see if it pops up. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Okay, you send a request. You want me to resend it?
Let me see. Yeah, resend it one more time.
All right.
I think. Oh, I see it. Boom.
Oh,
Got it.
there you go.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. All right, you back.
Cool.
You
Cool.
back in full
Okay.
effect.
My
Yeah.
apologies, y'all. My apologies.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
good?
So, the last thing I wanted to touch on, as far as collecting water is concerned,
Mhm.
you know how we talked about in the beginning, we were saying the three main things to do
Mhm.
is the location, the conservation, and preservation of the
Mhm.
water, right? So the last thing kind of piggybacks on that a little bit. So you want to prioritize conservation of the
Mhm.
water you have in these types of situations. And so basically, you want to minimize your physical exertion.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's going to reduce your sweating and water loss.
Mhm.
You also want to stay in shaded areas during the
Mhm.
hottest parts of the day
Mhm.
to prevent any dehydration.
Mhm.
Okay. Last but not least, conserve water by using it sparingly for essential tasks like drinking and cooking.
Mhm.
Okay.
No water fights. No water gun
No,
fight.
yeah, no water gun. not during no type of times.
Nah, nah, nah.
But that's a good point though.
Mhm.
And then, so those are the main reasons. When we talk about water and how important it is, now that becomes a slightly different conversation. And
Mhm.
because we talked about that, I think, I'll touch on these real quick. If you can go to that same page for me,
Mhm.
and on that same line of sustainable living, you're going to
Mhm.
see something that says ORP hydrogen bottle.
Let me see. ORP. I might have to go back. Actually, let's see. ORP hydrogen bottle. Oh,
You see?
1.5 hydrogen. Okay, I see it. Hold on a second.
So that
1.5.
particular bottle, um, I'm trying to share this too.
There you
So that
go.
particular bottle, yep, that's it. This is a way. So in addition to the other tool that I showed earlier, this is also something that could be quite beneficial for you in these types of situations, and just in general. A lot of people, talk about alkaline water, right? It's a big topic.
Mhm.
This is a way to. You don't have to have a $5,000 machine This
Mm-hmm.
bottle actually imbues or imparts extra hydrogen atoms into your water,
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
which is really where hydration comes from. It's from the hydrogen.
Mm-hmm.
And so the more hydrogen that's in your water, the more hydrated you will be. And so, in addition to the hydration factor, the hydrogen actually alkalizes the water if it's not alkaline already. So, this is going to be just a better water
A
for you. And
boost.
it's a natural way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not using any machine to do it, but this is something that's inexpensive and you can kind of alkalize your water. And again, you don't necessarily need this to alkalize water. If
Mm-hmm.
you found your water in a spring, more than likely it's already alkaline.
Yeah,
There's
it's
only a
already
few
alkaline.
springs that, and if they're not alkaline, most springs are right there, 6 point
You know,
something.
so let me ask you a question real quick.
Sure.
Kind of going back about the spring. So could you kind of paint a picture? Because I haven't been there yet. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna go there in one weekend.
Sure.
But paint a picture like so you just containers. You walk up. Like paint a picture of how it all works. You walk up. There's a faucet. You turn it on. You turn it off. Like how does it work?
No, that's a great question. So like when you enter into the park, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to pay depending on what time you get there. You might have to pay $5 for parking. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you pay your parking fee, uh, back your car up, or just park into the. It's basically going to be if you go to Indian Springs, it's going to be the first parking area to your left.
Okay.
Okay, and once you park in there, you may not. So I'll just give you my personal experiences because I bring so many jugs and I collect so much water at a time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily able to bring it all down at once because you actually have to walk down some stairs
Mm-hmm.
and then walk down some more stairs. So
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of like going down into this hole.
On to the
And
underworld.
yeah, and they basically have like a little room where the spring is coming out of the ground. They have like a stone covering and then a plastic encasement so that you can't actually go in and touch the spring or mess it
Gotcha.
up or do
Gotcha.
something
Gotcha.
crazy.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So you can see the water coming out, and then they have basically a spigot attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And that spigot is constantly always running because it's a spring. And so most of the water is going down the drain, but you put your bottle, basically, and you want to also get in line because a lot of times there could be 10, 15, 20 people down there collecting water,
Mm.
and you have to wait your turn. Otherwise, people usually end up fighting. So I always say to avoid any kind of, if you will, Armageddon battle
Mm.
royale,
Yeah.
because I've,
Yeah.
I've gone down there and I'm gonna tell you during the pandemic, I literally just missed like 3 knife fights on 3 separate occasions.
Oof.
Yeah, I came down there and people were like, "Whoa, you just missed it." They just pulled knives out. It was getting ready. I was like, "So it's serious."
Yeah.
But I suggest you go early as 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock
Mm-hmm.
in the morning, before anybody gets there, before the lady at the little thing to charge you $5 gets there. So you
Gotcha.
can get in there for free, get in there early, no line, fill up all your waters. So at most, if you're by yourself, you're going to be able to carry 2 5-gallon containers by yourself.
Yeah.
So you can basically fill up 10 gallons at a time.
Damn, man. That's and you said it's only 45 minutes away. Shoot, man. I mean, listen to it. I mean, y'all listen to this, man. Y'all, this is such game right here, man. Because this is new to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there going to god dang Sam Clubs and getting $5. You know what I'm saying? Things in which I could get these bigger containers and just go there and get this water. You know what I'm saying? I bring the whole crew. You know what I'm saying? We just go up there. And fill up a whole car. Man, you could do that every weekend, and like you
Yeah,
could.
that's what we did. But that
Yeah.
when I started getting so much, when I
Mhm,
started doing 40, 50, 60 gallons, I only had
mhm.
to go once a month.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
You
see.
know what I
Because you
mean?
already had, yeah, 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 yeah.
So that's kind of a hack too. The more bottles you take,
Yeah,
the less you have to go. And I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
at
yeah,
that point,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't do it anymore. But I used to take on top of all my large bottles, I would grab as many small gallons that I could,
Mhm.
even
Yes,
some
sir.
liter bottles and whatever, whatever we
Free
could fill
water,
up.
man.
I used to take
Free
it
water.
all. Yep.
Free spring water.
And literally had the whole floor in the garage be covered on one wall with just water. And I keep it in the garage because it stays pretty cool
Yeah, 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 yeah,
for the
yeah,
most part, except in the summer, but for the most part, it stays cooler than the rest of the house. So water
yeah.
is always cold when you pull it out the garage and bring it in. So and that
Mm-hmm.
water comes out ice cold too. Now, if you're doing Indian Springs, this is a little caveat. It is sulfur water,
Mm-hmm.
so it's very healing water.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
the first day or two, it smells like
yeah,
eggs,
yeah, yeah,
like a
yeah,
boiled
yeah,
egg.
yeah. Like a fart.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at first, it was kind of a turn off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as I, you know, because of my background, it's like it made it to where I didn't mind
Yeah, 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 yeah. I know how
because
you feel, man. I know how
because
you
you get
feel.
the water's good, period, right? So after the
Mhm.
smell goes away, it's just like regular water.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
when
yeah,
it smells like the sulfur,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's at its highest healing
Potency, like, yeah,
you can
yeah,
have.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
if somebody is have some ailments, that's you want to drink that
Perfect.
when it has the smell.
I'm already accustomed, man. Like I've lost some of the teas. Remember, I think we were talking about that, Doc, before. Some of the teas I make, besides when I put the honey into it, some honey helps it out. But some of the them teas I make are so putrid, just because you know what I'm saying. I don't mind bad tasting because I know, you know what I'm
But
saying.
yeah,
The
bitter is
benefits from
better.
it. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So
Mhm.
we gotta think about it as well. God dang, man, you done turn me. Damn, man, you done turn me a whole new game now. Seriously, because I'm now I just need to find where I can get like some of these those water. Do you know where you can get like a lot of the water containers? Like the big ones. Where can you get
Yeah,
those at?
I mean, I get most of mine from Walmart. To be honest,
Oh, just go to Walmart and get them. Okay, okay.
yeah,
How much
I
are they?
did.
The big ones?
I got a few from 7 down to 2, but the big ones, I mean, we're talking 7, 8, $10.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's I said. The one I saw at 7 under. I think it was $10. But his was actually filled with water, so it might have been a little bit more. But yeah,
That's right. They're cheap. They're
yeah.
a few dollars cheaper without the water already in them.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So
but
Eddie,
what
it's
I'm gonna
seven
do is
under Walmart.
what we'll do is though, like although I'm giving up the Indian Springs for the for the viewing audience, and we gave up the website where to find most of the springs around the country.
Mm-hmm.
But one day I'm gonna take you over to my little private spring that I go to.
Oh, okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna put you on, let you go over there, introduce you to the brother that owns that land, and
Oh, nice,
then
nice,
you can
nice, nice.
go over there at your leisure.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
got
yeah. That's what's
I just
up.
got to give you the introduction, so
Intro. Yeah.
because you can't
Yeah.
just pull up.
Nah, nah. That ain't cool, man. I
Yeah,
mean, pull up some slugs from you later. I ain't trying to get no.
yeah, nah,
Yeah.
you
uh,
just want a little introduction, you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Uh,
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah,
but
man.
yeah,
So. Mhm.
no, that's I mean, we could touch on more as far as how important water is for you, but really, that's the information that we need for survival. You know, those 10 points that I covered. I mean, if you took notes to that,
Mhm.
you won't have any issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not with water.
Yeah. That
We
will
could talk
work.
about the collecting food another day, and
Yeah. Yeah. We
what
can
to
do
look
that. We can do
for
that.
and those
Well,
type of things.
I don't want to go too much in depth, but like now since spring is starting to come, here in Georgia, and I'm starting to see these, and maybe we should talk about it next time. I'm starting to see the dandelions already popping up, right?
I saw my first
So
one the other day. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. And I was explaining to the crew, I was like, yo, what we're gonna do in the future is we're gonna wait till they get real big and tall. We're gonna harvest them. You know what I'm saying? Now, quick question. You know what I'm saying? And we can actually
Mhm.
kind of head on out because we kind of we finished up on the water thing. But quick
Yeah, yeah,
question about that dandelion specifically. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Let's say you get you let them grow tall. Got them all over your yard. You start picking them up from the root. Tell me real quick, the best benefits. First, the benefits and the best way to utilize the whole plant.
Oh, the benefits are endless.
Mm-hmm.
First off, depending on which, I should say, style of traditional medicine you're using, there's
Mm-hmm.
going to be a whole list of benefits.
Mm.
Some of them being high blood pressure,
Mm-hmm.
some of them being herpes simplex,
Mm-hmm.
some of them being like liver detox.
Mm.
So the dandelion root is great for liver and kidney detoxification.
Teas? You make teas out
Yeah.
of them or what?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Just take the root, cut the
So
root. Yeah.
I'll give you a full breakdown.
All right.
So this is what you want to do. With dandelion, when they first pop up,
Mm-hmm.
when they first come up,
Mm-hmm.
snatch the leaves.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and just remove the leaves so that you
Mm-hmm.
can eat those as soon
Yeah.
as possible.
The
You
greens.
want to
Yeah.
eat the dandelion, like when you're, let's say you were growing dandelion by seed at home,
Mm-hmm.
then yes, you would let them grow all the way tall. The
Mm-hmm.
greens can get like 15 to 18 inches long.
Good gracious.
You typically don't see that in wild dandelion. But if you're cultivating them, those leaves get huge. But the issue is when it's wild, you want to eat the leaves only when they're small. Because once they
Mm-hmm.
get a little bit big, they start to
Mm-hmm.
get tough. You don't want to eat that. It's like
Yeah.
it's not worth it. But the leaves, highly medicinal, a lot of chlorophyll, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
minerals, right? The tops, the yellow flower that smells
Mm-hmm.
like honey,
Mm-hmm.
makes amazing tea, very
Okay.
high in vitamin
Okay.
C.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I got
So
that.
you,
Make the
so you
tea
got
out
your
of that.
vitamin C, you
Mm-hmm.
got your chlorophyll in the
Mm-hmm.
leaves, and then
Mm-hmm.
in the root contains 9 out of 12 of tissue cell salts.
Oh
So
man.
as humans, we're created from basically 12 tissue cell salts. There's 92 minerals and all of that, but in general, these 12 cell salts are what make up all of the different tissues in our body.
Oh wow. God dang.
And 9 out of 12, which means you'll just by eating dandelion in its whole format, you getting I don't know, 75-80%
Yeah.
of everything your
What you
body
need.
needs
Yep.
for repair, right?
For something that some people try to call a nuisance.
That's right. Oh, it's a beautiful plant to me. I
Yeah.
love it. So if you're gonna go and harvest it wild, right? The best thing you want to do, of course, when you're trying to dig it up from the root, you want to definitely I got you right. When you dig it up from the root, hold on 1 second for me, Zah.
No, you good.
Give 1 second.
Get my dandelion game on right now. Cause I swear, peace, peace, peace. I swear, I see
Sorry
them
about that.
dandelions. No, you good. I be looking at them. I be looking at them dandelions like gold already, man. I just can't wait today. You know what I'm saying? They start going. I'm gonna take the. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, when you dig them up from the root, you want to basically like dig under it and
Mhm.
around it so that you don't
Mhm.
destroy the root. Because you
Mhm.
can think of the root. You see how my hand is?
Mhm.
The roots kind of look like that. So if you
Mhm.
try to just pull it up, those roots are digging deep, trying to get minerals and stuff. So you'll
Mhm.
probably break the roots up.
Mm.
So you kind of want to come underneath. So you kind of dig around it and come underneath, loosen up that soil and be
Mhm.
gentle with it so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you can
yeah,
get
yeah.
that full root. The roots are
Gotcha.
pretty, they would be 6, 7 inches long or more.
Mhm.
And what you do is you
Gracious.
wash them off really good,
Mhm.
sit them on, a windowsill or
Mhm.
somewhere safe where they can dry.
Mhm.
Nothing's gonna mess with it really. So
Yeah.
it's not like flies are gonna land on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bugs
They ain't
don't
trying to
really
eat healthy.
yeah, bugs aren't really crazy about herbs or anything. So
Mhm.
you just put it out to dry. And once
Mhm.
it's dry after about a week or so,
Mhm.
you can also roast it. So you can put it in the oven at about 250, 225 and let it go for about 30, 45 minutes. And
Mhm.
it's going to roast it. It's going to get a darker color. This is
Mhm.
going to give it like a more coffee flavor as opposed to just pure bitterness.
Mhm.
So it makes it a little more palatable, but it
Yeah, yeah,
also
yeah, yeah, yeah.
kind of like a carrot or a sweet potato. It
Okay.
increases the nutrients once you
Oh,
cook
okay.
it.
Hmm.
So you get the most out of it if it's roasted, if the root is roasted. If you
Okay.
take it raw, you're still going to get benefits. You're still going to get a lot of nutrients. But just like certain things, they need heat to unlock the nutrients.
Oh, okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
So the dandelion, bro, is, I mean,
Is
that's one of
that
my,
kind of like the same thing like with pumpkin seeds, like how you roast pumpkin seeds to eat them? Is that similar type of
well, I can't even say for sure if pumpkins have
that type of
that
effect?
same
Okay,
thing. There's
I
a
got you.
there's a
I got
list
you.
of foods that do.
Okay,
So
got you.
sweet potatoes, yams, carrots, tomatoes, a
Mm.
few other things. Like if you were to just, let's say, take a bunch of cherry tomatoes and throw it
Mhm.
in a pot,
Mhm.
um, and let them cook. You know how the Italian grandmothers will cook that
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
tomato
Yeah. Yeah.
sauce for
Yeah.
hours. Well,
Mhm.
that nutrient level in the tomatoes continues to raise the longer you cook it.
Oh wow.
So that you're cooking that
Amazing.
sauce all day, it just makes it more healthy. Like the lycopene, I don't understand the science behind it. I'll be honest with you,
Mhm.
because for 90% of plant matter, you basically kill everything in it. So all the nutrients and all your green foods and other, plants, they die as soon as they hit like 116 degrees. But for
Okay.
some reason, those specific foods at those high temperatures just continue to increase their nutritional level over time.
I, I got one more question before we out of here.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Mhm.
Liquid chlorophyll. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Could you talk about the importance of the liquid chlorophyll and what it does to the body and the benefits, please?
Sure. So let me give a little caveat on that as well.
Hmm.
So, I know our illustrious ancestor, Dr. Sabi, talked about chlorophyll, and he
Hmm.
always said to try to get fresh,
Hmm.
right? I agree with him on that 100%. However, it's not always easy
Practical. Yeah.
to get or practical
Hmm.
to get access to that chlorophyll. Now you
Hmm.
can juice and do all of that, and that's fine. But what I will tell you is that the liquid chlorophyll in the bottle,
Hmm.
it works wonders. It
Okay.
it really does. The stuff is magical.
Hmm.
Um, and basically what it does, and I'll give you a testimony from my own mother once I
Hmm.
explain it. It's basically the same thing like so your blood has two main parts.
Hmm.
Okay, you got the plasma,
And the hemoglobin.
right? The
Hmm.
plasma would be likened to coconut water.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you got your red blood cells or your
Realize.
platelets,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
that's going to be your chlorophyll.
Hmm.
Okay, so chlorophyll is identical. It's basically plant blood, and it's
Hmm.
absolutely identical to human blood,
Mm.
minus the nucleus. So the only thing that's different is that the human nucleus of blood, the blood cell, is iron,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
and with the plant or chlorophyll, it's going to be magnesium.
Magnesium. Yep.
But the iron and the magnesium are attracted to each other. So when you drink it, you actually bond with your red blood cells.
Oh
It
wow.
cleanses the red blood cells,
Oh
and it
man.
helps you to create new red blood cells, which act as stem cells. Everybody's talking about stem cell research.
Hmm.
All your, a lot of wealthy people are no longer have to, go and get regular treatments anymore. They go and get stem
Stem
cells,
cell
and they
treatment.
can
Yeah.
repair that knee. They can repair that back where they got some pain or had an injury. They can repair that hip. So while other people are getting hip replacements and knee replacements, if you got enough money, you just go get them stem cell injections. But the hack, like you brought up, is the green chlorophyll. You
Hmm.
go and get your bottle of chlorophyll. Now, the testimony I'm telling you about is my mother. My
Hmm.
mother's been doing hair now for 40 years.
Hmm.
It's time to retire, but she's been doing it 40 years. And I just spoke with her this morning. It actually came up. And so, with that, this was about 10 years ago. And she came to me and she was like, I think I need to retire. She had her own salon and everything. And she's like, my hands, my wrists are hurting so much. And she's like, it's excruciating. She was wearing two wrist brace doing hair,
Mm-hmm.
just in pain. And I said, Mom, I said, I'm gonna get something for you. So I went and got her some chlorophyll. 2 weeks later, 2 weeks later, she got rid of her
Braces.
wrist brace. She
Mm-hmm.
hasn't had pain since.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally spoke to her today, and she was like, It's still perfect."
It's working.
Yeah, she's still working, so she's been able to continue working for another 10 years without having any issues.
Mm-hmm.
It, she didn't do anything other than that,
Mm-hmm.
So the chlorophyll will help you to rebuild your cells. It will help you to. It can help with a lot of things though, but
You,
I'm gonna tell you this, and I'll end with this on that is
mm-hmm.
that when you cleanse the blood,
Mm-hmm.
right, and you have
Mm-hmm.
fresh red blood cells to feed
Mm-hmm.
the body uses those red blood cells as stem cells. So the red blood cell can become any cell in the body, any cell.
Mm.
Okay. So as long as that blood is clean and fresh,
Mm-hmm.
bro, that's the hack. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
re-
yeah,
you can
yeah, yeah.
repair any part of the body. I mean, I'm not
Gotcha.
talking about growing fingers back or anything like that. I'm just saying in general, if you have a ailment, something you hurt something in a certain way, and you're having issues with it, it's like painful. You need to probably get you some chlorophyll. And we
Yeah,
do have
mhm. Go ahead.
no. I would say we
No,
have
you go ahead.
chlorophyll on the site, but we don't carry liquid chlorophyll at the moment. We used
Okay.
to, but I stopped carrying the liquid one.
Yeah, I actually started what I was doing, I was getting big containers of water and
Hmm.
just putting the liquid chlorophyll in. So, you know, my crew they be like, I'm not drinking the green water, I'm just I'm, I'd be like, yeah, well I am, what I'm saying? So
No, yeah,
literally just taking the water in a big container, put it in there and just pulling the knob and like I would say that's actually that and also taking water like I just did right right here,
hmm,
taking water and putting like a scoop of the superfoods green drink in it, you know what I'm saying?
there you
And
go.
then put it on I'll if I don't have liquid chlorophyll, I'll use that as a substitute. You know what I'm saying?
And that's typically what I use. So I would
Yeah,
typically use powder because I have so much herbs
exactly.
and green
Yeah.
powerful herbs.
No, that's every time I go to Ross, I go to that little section where they got them little $6 that little $6.99 cent super green food pack, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
don't
And
sleep on
those
Ross.
things, yeah, man, if you just take one scoop, throw it in a big old thing of water, man, that thing's green and boost your energy up, man,
Yeah,
another little hack I learned.
no, it's important. All those
Hmm.
because and again, not to revert back, but what Sabi was always talking about was the minerals. At the
Yeah,
end of the day,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
if you can get them in with a, you know what I'm saying, a little scoop and some water,
yeah, yeah,
get them in. That's
yeah,
something. That's something I've for years. I mean, I ain't gonna front like I've slacked lately on it, but for
yeah,
years I made sure I was. I mean, every morning, 2, 3 times a day, I'm putting the
yeah,
green powders and all
yeah,
that stuff
yeah,
in
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
water.
yeah, yeah.
Taking the dandelion daily, the
Hmm.
burdock root daily.
Yeah, I do
Just
that.
keeps the body rolling.
Yep, yep, yep.
Well,
It's funny. It's funny. Not to go too crazy off the section. Remember, Jerry was talking about the Anunnaki. They say
yeah,
the Anunnaki in the day used they used some of them used to be green because they had magnesium in their blood as opposed to iron. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you
hey,
know what
well,
I'm saying?
the yeah, I don't know if you ever noticed on babies, a lot
Yeah,
of
exactly. They
times
got them spots.
their bottom will be green.
Yep, yep,
You
yep,
know what I
yep,
mean?
yep.
But
It's true.
but yeah,
Oh man, Doc, this man. Hey, every week this is getting iller and iller. You know what I'm saying?
no,
Every episode.
look. I'm glad you pulled my coattail for this topic
Yeah, yeah.
because
Oh, you
yeah,
disappeared off at IG, so
it's
but it's all
important
good.
stuff.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, Robert, brother, you just missed it.
Yeah,
But
my
Dr.
Instagram just
Hernandez
dropped too.
just finished talking about he just finished talking about we have a series of topics about survival. The first week was about growing food at home. The second week was about alternative energy, and tonight was about water. So If you want to see the replay, go check it out. We actually out of here. Doc, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to figure out what the next episode is, but I think from what I'm saying, hopefully we'll get everything linked up in the studio, so we can
For sure.
go full blast on all directions. So you know what I'm saying? So everybody, again, thank you very much for joining. Again, we're gonna keep on doing this, giving y'all the information for this in very important times. A lot of people want to talk about who won in the Super Bowl and all this kind of crazy topics. You know what I'm saying? But nobody wants to talk about what happens when you know we just saw your cell phone went off just last week. You know what I'm saying? The IG. I mean, if you aren't taking these hints, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you aren't taking these hints of something to happen and um big going in the future, then hey, that's on you. And all you gotta do, if you want to prepare, check out these series that me and Dr. Hernandez are doing. I'm telling you, his first episode, he shows you real practical, inexpensive ways to grow food at your house. The next one, he talked about inexpensive ways to give your house energy, solar energy. And now we talking about he gave you a free hack on getting containers going to get free spring water only 40 miles away if you're in Georgia. I mean, what else can you ask for besides that? This is devastating information to me, and I'm gonna take all this information he's given. I'm gonna make it happen, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take advantage of all this stuff. So
Brother,
check the replay. Go ahead.
I didn't realize how serious it was until I started breaking it down. I was like, oh man, I'm giving it up.
Oh yeah, yeah. You sure are, yeah. Because I mean, I learn something new every day, every time when I talk to you. So,
Indeed.
this is amazing. I'm literally gonna start looking for these big water containers, and what I'm saying, the rain, all the stuff you said, man. You know what I'm saying, y'all. If you go back and watch this, watch the other episodes too, mainly on YouTube and my Facebook page. They got the full episodes. I think we had some. One of them had kind of technical difficulties. So just go to the YouTube page and watch them all of them uninterrupted. But besides that, man, we are out of here. Anything else you got for them, Doc?
Man, just peace and love, man. Y'all be safe out there.
Indeed. Peace and love, everybody. All right.
Peace.
Make sure we close out everything.